What is the divine, this main spiritual law is be it done unto you according to your faith, aka as you think in this world, so are you. So if you constantly are in a thought process that you're not good enough, you're not great enough, you have to change this about yourself, you have to change that about yourself before you are great, then that will become your reality. So is the same when it comes to this quote unquote issue of racism. If we continue to be in this mindset of, oh, it's because I'm black, 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 oh, it's because I'm black. And it's like, okay, that if you have the ability to change your reality through and by the creative process of spoken word and visualization, why do we focus so much on the fact that, oh, we are hindered because we are black? And instead of changing the dialogue to, because I am black, I am not hindered. Why don't we change that as the narrative? Why don't we see ourselves in that light? Because I am black, I am able to identify with all people groups because I am the original people group. Why don't we identify ourselves with that thought process as opposed to the thought process of the victim understanding that, oh, because I am black, this is what happens to me. We can tap into the creative power that was given to us by the Most High God, by our divine architect, by our divine designer, who gave us the creative ability to create our reality. See, we cannot spit this truth on one part of our brain or one side of our mouth and then at the same time say that we are indeed victims of circumstances, because either it is that we are able to pull ourselves out of circumstances and create new realities, or we are not. So we have to be able to decide what we want and what do we desire. A lot of times we sit there and we continue to play the victim. Has things been done to us? Absolutely. Okay, so what is the new story and the new narrative that we would like? We need to be in control of our own narrative instead of just giving it up to racism, because we cannot continue to say that racism is a man-made construct and then give ourselves up to this man-made construct. Either we believe that it is a man-made construct, therefore it is irrelevant, and not bow down to it. Then we would say, okay, let us create our own narrative, because you can't keep on saying, oh, they're controlled. No, create and control your own narrative. If the narrative has been man-made to keep you divided amongst people, then why do you keep on focusing on that? Why don't you utilize that mindset to then now transmute the energy? That is exactly my mindset when it comes to do my big black feature scare you? Because it says, okay, cool. I intimidate you and therefore you oppress me. But guess what? I call my power back to myself and I walk in the fullness of my power, whether you like it or not, because I will not be oppressed. That is what I'm discussing. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. It's not continuing this narrative of a victim mindset, a victim mentality. Again, as I've always been saying, we cannot continue to point out what we see in an individual and say, oh, it's you doing this to yourself, and not take the same stance when it comes to the collective. At what point do we say, no, I will no longer be a victim to a man-made situation, a man-made system of oppression. I will no longer be a victim to these things, but I will begin to co-create on this world with the divine being that created me. How are we able to see that other people are able to break through the system and break through the matrix, but then still say, well, that's not me. That can never happen. That was only once in a million chance. I dare to believe not. I dare to believe that those who have broken through are the example that, yes, it can be done if you do what needs to be done, if you change your mentality, if you understand that you are a co-creator in this world with your divine partner, aka the divine architect. That's it. Your divine architect, the one who created you, that is who your divine partner is. We do not bow down to anything that oppresses us. And if you continue to bow down to the narratives of your oppressor, then you indeed will continue to fall into those same oppressive tactics, the tactics that were created to keep you in a web of deception, to keep you bound, to think that you are lesser than when you are not. Why do you think that? Well, I had this infatuation with Pangea because Pangea was put in my spirit early in this process. The understanding that when we see all of the continents all together, all of the continents together in one collective piece, and then separation and division began. But then we talk about the continent, the mother continent, and we think about her as the mother continent. We say, yes, the mother continent, and we understand that. Do we also understand how many came and went and went and came and went? And that's how energy and intellect and knowledge and wisdom was passed and brought, to and from each other. Do we have an understanding of that type of collective energy? When we ask for an individual to be a bigger person or do the right thing, are we as a collective being the bigger people and doing the right thing? Are we turning our back to what they say and what they do to us and saying we are able to create what it is? We, instead of looking at every single problem, oh, but they have this, oh, but they have that, oh, but they have this, oh, but they have that, oh, but I can't do this because they are in control of this and they're in control of that. I don't operate that way. I don't care how many doors close in my face. I'm going to continue going. I'm not going to bow down and say, oh, okay, well, it's because they control this or they control that and these politics control this. I don't give a fuck about a politic controlling anything. I don't believe in that. I don't. I choose to operate on a higher fucking level. I choose to see things in a higher fucking level. I refuse to bow down to what is naturally happening because I know that the only thing that we see in the seen is because of the unseen. So as many times as I feel knocked down, I will pull myself back the fuck up. And I will not continue to bow down and say, oh, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Okay, I keep it moving. I keep it moving. I don't say, well, they have permanently trying to put a blockage in this way, so therefore I must continue. No. I keep it moving. Because I do believe that there are no limits on what I can do, that there are no limits on what I can have, that there are no limits on what my mind can do and what my body can do. I dare to believe this. Because I go with the universal flow and the universal law of saying, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she. As you think, so it is. You create your reality. Right? How is it that Harriet Tubman was labeled something, but she dared to say, no, I am not, and dared to do what was deemed the impossible? Many others were still contained mentally in their mind, thinking that, no, this person said I am this, and this is how I am treated on a daily basis, so this must be my identity. No. Someone dared to believe other than what was being shoved down their motherfucking throat. And that is where I stand. As a woman of God, as someone who proclaims my faith, whose name means faith. That's what faith is. Faith is the evidence of the things that are indeed unseen. because we know that everything in the seen realm comes from the unseen realm. Therefore, I will not be moved by what it seems like, what it feels like. I will not be moved by this material world, because the material world was constructed out of the unseen world, the spiritual world. The house that you live in, the space that you are in, was constructed out of the unseen world. It was first something in the mind. Someone saw it in their head. They saw the vision in their mind, and then they created it into this time-space reality. Period. That is how things are done. So I'm not going to sit here and bow down to people who attempt to oppress me. I don't knock on those doors. I don't knock on those doors in the sense of, I don't knock on the doors like, you oppress me, so therefore I will never get in. Or this and that, and you control my reality because of the politics of the world. I dare to believe different. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. That is what faith is. Faith is the evidence of things unseen, period. The things hoped for. When you continue to move in that past, I will not continue to be a victim. I will not continue to say, oh, because of this, because of that. I'm going to keep it moving, and I'm not going to bow down to what other people say that I should have. If you're saying, oh, well, these people say that you shouldn't have this because you're this color, or this, you come from this group, or you come from that, so you can never be that. Who said that? Who said that? Who determines that? I can be whatever it is I put my mind to. How is it that we tell that shit to kids all the time, but then once you become an adult and you get fucked by the world and tainted by the world, that is no longer a reality? So what type of shit is that? Are we the ones who are double-minded? Because you can sit there and tell a fucking child that they can be whatever they want, but then once somebody gets a certain age, oh, nope, it's over for you. You can't be anything that you want. You had to go with the status quo. What? No, it is you who must fix your mentality and your thought process and how you view things. I am not here to make other people comfortable. I do not care about how much you like me or understand me. I'm here to do the will of God. Whether you believe in it or not. Whether you trust in it, whether you understand my process or not. I am not here to be understood by you. I'm not here to be liked by you. I do not care about those things. Those things do not matter. But I am here to shift a paradigm, to change a mindset, to lead in mental clarity into what it is that we should be doing. Because if we say all this pro-black stuff and all this black power stuff and understanding the principles of the Black Panthers and understanding that all power belongs to all people, then we as black people must first be that mother. If we say we are the original people, the mother people, then we must lead by that example. How is it that we are constantly bowing down to the oppressor? How are we simultaneously saying, fuck the oppressor and then constantly bowing down to what the oppressor, exactly what the oppressor wants us to believe? The oppressor wants you to believe you're too black to have this. You're too black to do this. You can't never break through shit because you're too black for that. You're too black for this. You're too black for that. Oh, because you're black, you can't have this. Because you're black, you can't do that. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. How can we in the same breath say, oh, fuck the oppressor, but then still internalize what the oppressor is saying about us? That doesn't make any sense. That is exactly what I have gone through my whole entire life. I'm saying, oh no, I'm this person, I'm that person, but then yet and still internalizing what everybody else is saying I am, or what everybody else is saying I can have, or doing what everybody else is saying that I can do. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinion, because their opinion is based out of their fucking own insecurities and their own life experience. I have to listen to my internal guidance system. That is the blessing of our own individual lives. Okay? You have your own internal guidance system. When you are called to do and be something, it's not a motherfucking conference call. Everybody didn't jump on the line. It's not a fucking Zoom conference or anything like that. It's you one-on-one with God. It's embedded into your very DNA. It's within your fingerprint. Each of us have a different fingerprint, which is, I always say, activate your motherfucking fingerprint. We were all called to do individually something different. And as we actualize ourselves, then we can come together collectively and work in that manner. But we must respect the individual. We must respect the identity that each of us has been given individually. Yeah. But going back to internalizing what someone who is oppressing you saying, you act that out by repeating the rhetoric of the oppressor, saying, oh, because I'm black, I can't do this. Oh, because I'm black, I can't do that. Either we believe that we can do anything we want to do, or we can't. Or either we believe that, or we say, oh, I can do anything I want to do except for this because I'm limited by that because of my color. If you don't have, and that's why faith in God is so motherfucking imperative. Because your little finite faith in yourself, or your faith in just mere mortal or human ability, can only go so fucking far. It can only go so fucking far. But if you look at people who are highly successful in unbearable situations, they had a trust in something higher than themselves and understanding the spiritual laws of things. They saw the bigger picture outside of just themselves being limited. They didn't see, oh, I'm limited because of me as a black individual. They knew that they were a part of a greater plan because they can do and because of that, they were able to do anything that was in their heart to do. They knew that they were divinely created, that they were fearfully and wonderfully made. They knew their identity and identified with the divine architect, with the divine designer, the one who created them.